Well, hello everybody, and thank you for being here again today. If you will, go ahead and like and share the post, and then let's go back to the 119th Psalm, Psalm 119. Um, one commentary I read on Psalms says something. How can a person ever say everything there is about the Bible, about all its benefits? Um, and then they say, but it seems like the author of chapter 119 here was trying. And he just continues to go on about the benefits and the beauty of the Word of God. And this section is beginning in verse 97. This section, he's really going to press in on the idea of how the Word of God brings about righteousness and holiness in the life of a believer, how it transformed him, how it cleansed him, how it guided him in his daily walk, how he how he used the Word of God, and he is going that's kind of his theme in this section. It's also good for anybody who is dealing with sin. Who is having a hard time overcoming sin in their life. This is a good section as well. And so, verse 97, the psalmist says something that I hope we can. There's not a lot of things in this world that everybody agrees on, but hopefully we can. Everybody, at least that's watching and listening here this morning. Hopefully, we can agree on this statement. He says, "Oh, how love I thy law! It is my meditation all the day." He just is filled with gratitude for what the Word of God has done, is doing in his life. He is just overwhelmed with with the mindset. He loves the Word of God. Again, it's not something temporary. It's not a flash in the pan. Probably most people that you and I know, if we were to ask them, "Do you love the Bible? Do you love the Word of God?" They would say, absolutely, love the Bible. But then their actions um, wouldn't necessarily support that statement. Again, I think about, and I talk about this often. How we use the word love. We love chocolate, we love our dog, we love a pretty day, we love our wife, we love our mama. Well, I think everybody knows there's a difference in all of those loves. We don't love chocolate the same way we love our mother or our spouse or our children. We don't love our grandchildren with the same idea of love as how we love a beautiful day at the beach. We say we love things, but the psalmist here, his actions, if you look at it, how I love thy law. It is my meditation all the day. And so he doesn't just say it, he proves it in his life by the way he honors the Word of God, by the way he obeys the Word of God. Again, it's not just lip service, but he concentrates, he is devoted to the Word of God all day, every day. And again, we see that through this psalm. I think, we don't know who the psalmist is, but if I was to ask you now, 97 verses into this psalm, the psalmist, whoever wrote this psalm, what is your opinion? What does he think about the Word of God? I think all of us know the answer. Hey, this man is just fanatical. He is radically in love with the Word of God. I think all of us would see that. Well, how do we see that? How do we know that? Because as we read through this psalm, we see his actions matching his words. And here we see it as well. He meditates, he concentrates, he thinks about what the Word of God says. It's part of his daily life, it's part of his decision making, it's part of how he governs his life uh, each day. It's not just something that comes up on Sunday morning. It's not just something, or in their case, on the Sabbath. It's not just something that comes up occasionally, not just when he needs it, but it is something that he loves so much that it is ingrained into who he is and how he thinks about things. He can't imagine life without the Word of God in it, governing and guiding him in his daily life. And so he is, again, he doesn't just say it, but he actually puts it in to practice his love for the Word of God. Again, those I think we're reading it here, but I think those who knew him, obviously, his love for the Word of God was so obvious that some chose to persecute him for the love of God. I'm reminded of that old saying, and you probably have heard this before: if being a Christian was became illegal, um, is there enough evidence to convict you? If loving the Word of God became illegal, there was enough evidence to convict this man. And so the challenge you and I think, take away from this verse is that we put our love of the Word of God into practice. And maybe we need to back up a step and just ask ourselves, how much do we love the Word of God? How much do we love its instruction, its direction, its correction, its comfort? How much do we love it? Maybe we need to fall in love with the Word of God all over again. Maybe we need to rethink our position there. But certainly, we need to ask ourselves that question: can the people around me can they see? Do they know of my love for God? When I leave this world, um, I want people to be able to. If a couple things I want them to be able to say. I want them to say, "Hey, he really loved his wife." And I know I need to do a better job of showing that to her and everybody else. Can't ever do that well enough. I want him to say he loved his children, he loved his grandchildren, he loved his family. I want him to say he loved his church. I want him to say he loved his Lord. I want him to say he loved the Bible. I don't really care if they say, what kind of preacher I was, or, if I, smart or dumb or any, but I want them to know I want the world to know what was valuable to me. And one of the things we need to be sure that our world knows, your world, those around is that beyond a shadow of a doubt, you love the Word of God. It should show. All right, have a great day, and we'll see you back here first of the week.